Hi, my name's Phil Gardner and welcome to Fun with Boxes. Well, today I'm taking a look at Frankenstein's Bodies. Here it is, from publishers Yay Games and designed by Andrew Harman, the rather wonderful Andrew Harman. And I'm quite excited to take a look at this because this is the 10th anniversary of this game. I can't believe it's actually been out for 10 years. And what, you may ask, is Frankenstein's Bodies all about? Well, I shall tell you. Well, for one thing, it's bodybuilding the Baron's way. Frankenstein's Bodies dark harvest the legacy of Frankenstein. You are surgeons aiming to impress Baron Frankenstein with the two bodies you stitch together. You have one theatre, two benches, and not enough parts to go around. Oh, that's scary. Place body parts taken from the daily delivery or steal them from the other players by invasive surgery. But time your surgery wrong and the body part will be ravaged by infections. Bring in master surgeons to help avoid parts being stolen or infected. Mix and match parts all you want, but remember, bodies that match gender and serum colour earn bonuses and help you win. Well, Frankenstein's Body, as it says here, is a highly interactive game of grisly hand management, grabbing opportunity and stabbing opponents in the back. So bear that in mind if you fancy this game. Wow, it is very interactive. Let me tell you now. And there is a lot of stabbing opponents in the back, and it all works fantastically. Normally, I'm not really much of a fan of take-that games, but with this particular game, oh my goodness, me and Lisa played this many years ago now, and we will never forget the moment that I screamed at her, "Get your filthy, stinking hands off my leg!" Because she was stealing one of my legs and stitching it onto one of her bodies, which I was quite annoyed with, actually, because my body was looking particularly good at the time. But no, she saw it and snaffled it. Yes, and such is the type of mayhem that you will encounter in this game. And also, I must say, it did mention grisly hand management. And a word of caution there, some of the artwork on the cards is indeed fully in keeping of the theme. So that's another thing to bear in mind. So, anyway, let's take a Fun with Boxes look at what you get in a game of Frankenstein's Bodies. To set up a game of Frankenstein's Bodies, each player will need to set up their theatre area, which consists of two benches, and they add their player token to the allocated space. Then place the score track to one side and place the 50-point markers into their spot on the track. Place the infection tokens within easy reach of players, and also the body quality tokens. Shuffle all the playing cards together and deal each player 5 cards. Then we need to create the daily delivery in the centre of the table. You will form the daily delivery out of a number of cards equal to the number of players plus 1. So I'm setting up a 2-player game, so what I would do is deal out 3 cards into the centre of the table and place the deck within easy reach of players. And then we would choose who is going to be the starting player, and if you can't decide, then the player who looks most in need of urgent medical attention starts. And there you go, that's setup complete. All very straightforward indeed. How to play Frankenstein's bodies. Well, we are all playing surgeons in Frankenstein's castle, trying to impress him with the bodies we will stitch together using our skills and prowess. But the body parts we need to work on can only be gained by collecting them from the daily delivery area, or by surgically stealing them from other players, or by getting them out of the disposal pit. And the game in a nutshell is everyone will pick 2 cards and play 2 cards, and the hand limit is 5 cards. And the game will end once one player has 2 complete bodies or the deck of cards has been run through twice. And the game consists of 2 scoring rounds. One is an in-game scoring round, and the players choose the timing of when they want to do that, and there's an end-game scoring as well. And the player with the highest body count will win. So, playing a round. The start player will pick 2 cards, and they can pick 1 card from the face-up delivery area and 1 card from the top of the deck, or they can pick 2 cards directly from the top of the deck and add them to their hand. In this example, I will pick this card and take a card from the top of the deck and add that to my hand. The cards are not replaced here, they are only replaced once all players have taken a turn. And then we get to play 2 cards. So, for example, I could play this head here. And the placement rules are very straightforward. You obviously can't place a head down here, that would be rather silly. And here would be silly too. But you can obviously place the head there, and the torso would go into the middle there, and this arm can only be placed here. Obviously it cannot be placed there. The only other rule is you cannot place a card on top of another card. So for example, if I had these cards here and wanted to play this one, I cannot play it on top of that card. However, and this is where the game gets very interesting, I don't have to play the card in my theatre. I could actually play it in another player's theatre. And that's the thing about these cards. All cards, apart from the Raid the Pit card, can be played in any relevant space. So it may not make sense, perhaps, until you start playing the game, to play cards and help build somebody else's body. But you could be playing cards in there to deliberately mess up their plans. So the body parts, these are the lifeblood of the game, and we have to have these to score points. And there are 6 parts to complete a body: the head, a torso, 2 arms and 2 legs. And the body parts are available in 2 genders, male and female, and in 4 serum colours: red, blue, green and yellow. These are the colours of the serum that have been used to reanimate the parts in play. So playing these body parts, very straightforward. You can play them onto any available body part space on yours or any other player's theatre. And each body part will add 2 points to the body count at scoring rounds, unless they are infected. The next card we'll take a look at are the surgery cards. And these you can recognise by the surgery symbol there, which is the hacksaw and red arrow. And these work on specific parts of the body. So for example, if I use this card, which allows me to do surgery on a leg, I can play this on any relevant part that's currently on any bench, including my own bench here. So I could use this to surgically remove this leg and put it onto my body over here if I wanted to. Or what I could do is play it onto another person and actually take their leg and place it where I want to. But if I place that onto my bench, taking it from another player's theatre, it would have been dragged across a gothic mud-ridden courtyard and ended up infected when it gets to my side. So I would have to put an infection token on it, and that is not worth any points. However, if I had moved my own leg using this card onto my theatre, it would have simply been put there and would remain uninfected. Okay, so I've got an infected leg. How do I disinfect it? Well, you can clear up an infection by using Carbolic Spray, and you would use this card, and you would simply play the card and remove the infection token and now that leg is worth 2 points again. All very straightforward, and you pop that into a discard pile. Next we'll take a look at the Master Surgeons, and these are very special indeed. All the cards are generic and can be placed in any of the areas on top of your theatre, and if placed onto the arms, then the Master Surgeon is considered to be working on the arms in this theatre. If we place it here, it would be working on the legs. If it was placed here, it would be working on both the heads in both our theatres, and if it was placed there, it would be working on the abdomens on both areas, and if it was here, it would be working on the legs on this theatre only, and here working on the arms on this theatre only. And you can play Master Surgeons onto anybody's board, not just your own theatres. And they stay in play throughout the game, but there are certain cards that can move those cards from one area to another. So for example, if I played a Master Surgeon here, where it is working on the arms in this theatre, this will give me some benefits. Firstly, they will prevent infection. So if I was to surgically remove this arm, for example, and place it over here, it would normally come over infected. But because I have the Master Surgeon working on the arms, it wouldn't be infected, and instead would just go there and be worth 2 points. And also, a Master Surgeon protects that area. So if I had the Master Surgeon here and somebody was trying to surgically remove an arm off me, then the Master Surgeon prevents that from happening. And also during the score rounds, any part that's currently being worked on by a Master Surgeon will add +2 points to the body count. So in this example, this would give the arm +2, so the arm would be worth 2, and because the Master Surgeon is there, it would now be worth 4. And here is the Master Surgeon Relocate card, and you would simply play this card and discard it to relocate a Master Surgeon to any place, including any other player's theatre. And next we have body quality cards, and again these are very straightforward, and they can be used to add body quality tokens to the relevant parts. So in this example, if I played this card, I would be adding +2 points to the head and then discarding the card, and then the head there would be worth an additional 2 points at the end of the game. Raid the disposal pit card. During the game, discarded body parts will end up in the disposal pit, and this card will allow one part to be removed from the pit and put into play immediately. However, it will come into play infected unless there is a Master Surgeon present to prevent that infection. Alternatively, you can retrieve the part but keep it in your hand to be played as a later action, cleaned and non-infected. There is also a deflection card that you can use in the game and shout, "No, no, not in my theatre." And these are played directly from your hand, and they will not prevent the action as such, but they will redirect that action. So if somebody was trying to remove my torso, then I could play, "No, no, not in my theatre," and stop them from removing that body part and stealing it, and instead they would have to remove this body part. So deflections do not stop the action but do change where it happens, and a deflection can in turn be deflected back again if another player plays the deflection card. The game end. The game end is triggered when either one player completes 2 bodies or the draw deck runs through twice. In both cases, the round completes and the game ending when the last player in the round has taken their turn. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the game has got 2 scoring phases. There's an in-game scoring phase and an end-game scoring phase. The in-game score is taken by an individual player at the end of their turn when that player chooses. And this score affects only that player. It does not cost an action. It's a way of banking points before things change too drastically. As soon as the draw deck ends the first time, all players who haven't scored do so immediately. 20. And this is the only time the in-game score will be taken out of a player's turn. And rather handily on our theatre, we can see how the game scores. So this is the in-game scoring section, and this is the end of game scoring section. So looking at this table, you count both your benches. Infected parts, that's parts with an infection token, will score 0. Each body part will score 2. Master surgeons will give 2 points for each part under a master surgeon, maximum of 4 points. And you count both heads and torsos. And body quality tokens. Total up the body quality tokens and add all those points together and place your player ID onto the score track matching that amount. Now for the end game scoring, you re-perform the in-game scoring again to get an end game score, and then you will add any bonuses gained to that score. And this is shown on this side here. So you'd score for each bench separately 2 or more parts, 1 bonus only. If the body all matches for colour and gender, you will gain 3 points per part. Or if the body is all the same colour, you will score 2 points per part. And if all the body is all the same gender, you would score 1 point per part. So you would only score 1 of these bonuses. You'd either be gaining 3 points, 2 points, or 1 point per part. And you would add those points then and for your final game end score. And there's a handy little game end scoring example in the rulebook. So if we take a look at this, the in-game score for this theatre is 20 points. The infected female leg is 0. The 7 body parts add up to 14. The 2 arms under the master surgeon will give an additional 4 points. And the body quality points of 2 as well are added for a total of 20. And then the game end score counts and adds to the in-game score, giving another 20 points, and then adds the section 2 bonus. The left hand bench is all male, so it gains 1 point for the 5 parts, so that's 5 bonus points. And the right hand bench is all blue and all female, so this gains the best 3 points per part. The leg, however, is infected, so it doesn't score. So the 2 parts will equal 6 points, giving a total bonus of 11 points. So that player would have scored 51 points. There is a very handy card summary on the back of the rulebook there, which should be of great help during play. Well, there you have it. Frankenstein's bodies. There is so much to like about this game, even though it is a particularly savage take that game. Oh my, indeed, you need to be prepared for that. But there is so much to do within the game, so many interactions, so much fun, such gruesome artwork, because at the end of the day, that is what you were doing. You were building bodies out of body parts, and the body parts could be infected, in which case you need some carbolic spray to remove infection from infected parts of the bodies. You'll be raiding disposal pits for nasty looking bits of bodies, and again, I guess they would be infected, and you'd be using some carbolic spray again there. You'll need master surgeons there who will help protect the body against surgery by other players and preventing infection. And you'll get deflection cards to try and stop players taking and stealing your body parts. And you will, of course, be building 2 rather gruesome Frankenstein's bodies. Oh, my goodness. So there you have it, Frankenstein's body celebrating its 10th anniversary. Designed and produced back in 2014, and now it's 2020. That's how mathematics works. 10th anniversary, you see. What a wonderful thing. So if you fancy the look of this game, why not check out Yay Games' website? And Yay Games, you will find them at all good board game conventions. Yes, indeed. We always bump into Andrew at the UK Games Expo and at Aircon. And it's always a delight to see him and to shout, "Yay!" Oh, I gotta get lower. and to shout yay at him like this, because that's what you do with yay games. The yay games make you go yay. So if you see Andrew at the UK Games Expo or at Aircon, don't forget to rush up to him in a quiet manner, not in a savage, threatening manner, and shout yay. And that will make him smile, and that will make him happy. Well, I do hope you enjoy taking a look at Frankenstein's bodies with me. Please do hit the old like button and click the subscribe button as well. That would be fantastic. And as always, thanks so much for watching. And in the meantime, please take care and bye for now.